Good morning, beloveds. There's a lot going on, for the new year. And I have two rather strange prayer requests. Uh, One being the football player, if you don't know the story. And I don't, uh, other than it sounds like one of those just absolutely one in a million freak accidents. But there's a young man from the Buffalo Bills who's 24 and in critical condition um, from, like I said, one of those one in a million things uh, that happens. His name is DeMar Williams. I know the first name's right. I'm not positive about the last name. I was paying attention. Buffalo Bills, and his name is DeMar. And to watch the outpouring of what happened with the football players and the stands and everybody. And they mentioned today that he had started a charity to buy toys for children, and his goal was 2,500, and his charity is now over 3 million. So my emotions are a little on the edge today. So this is where we are. But so there's a prayer request there for his recovery. And then there was, I still don't know what happened, but there was apparently some kind of snowplow incident with an actor named Jeremy Renner, who I happen to be a fan of. So, he's in some kind of critical condition. So it's like, that's one of the things that we can do with these live streams is when you hear about things like that, you can do prayer requests. And yes, these two people are famous and have more money than God, but Damar Williams is young because, like I said, he's 24. But just the interesting amount of good that has come out that we've gotten to see a whole new side of football that way. And so, it's interesting, but, I just thought I would put a couple of prayer requests out there for people who, can use it. And if you have a prayer request, feel free to send it our way. We love to do that kind of stuff. So, we got an interesting title today, considering it's the new year. And the title it is January 3rd. And it is it time for pruning? The first quote is, in all labor there is profit. That is Proverbs 14:23. And then the second quote is, the Spirit operates through law, which is some part of its own nature. Therefore, all action must be some action of Spirit as law. And that is the Science of Mind, page 84. During the fall months of last year, I had my gardeners do an extensive amount of pruning, cutting, and shaping in my yard. When they were through, I must say, it looked pretty bleak. I felt a twinge of regret at having had so much done, but there it was. Quickly I reminded myself the pruning was for the good of the bushes, and they would come back healthier and more beautiful than ever. Sure enough, in the spring, the transformation was amazing. Such beauty and abundance of leaves and flowers. It was breathtaking. I thought of the similarity between the physical pruning of our plants and bushes and the pruning we might do in our own life. If we are burdened with any sort of unhappiness, perhaps some pruning is necessary in order to allow new flowering to occur. If something unpleasant has happened, let us refuse to dwell on it, for if we focus on the negative, we miss giving our best to today. Whatever has happened is in the past, and we cannot change it. But we can change our thoughts and choose to live in the now. Let us start today to prune away our worries and concerns and make room for a new flowering in our lives. Today, I fully realize that the past is gone, and I turn my thoughts towards what is good and positive in my life. I persist in this approach, and my thinking attracts to me continually better conditions. I live in the now, and that is N.H. Norma Hawkins. And I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. Especially since I just shared a post about 2023, and what the post was about was more. It's like more, more books, more teas, more love, more laughter, more hugs, more, that. And so it's kind of that balance thing of what do I want more of in my life? Okay. But she's right. If I want to bring more into my life, there's probably something that I need to let go of, some things that I need to let go of. Now, she was specifically focusing on negative experiences. If we've had, we can't change the past. And interestingly enough, yes, we can't change the past, but we can heal the past. So that's that interesting dichotomy. And so if you do want to bring more into your life, if you want to bring more love into your life, more laughter into your life, more hugs into your life, more books into your life, then what is it that you will need to let go of to bring more of that into your life? And the new year's a good time to do that because there is that cleaning aspect to the new year. We can also do that in the spring, but in the new, because there was one meme that I kept seeing about on New Year's Day, at midnight, open your front door and your back door and let the breeze through. I have cats. That was not going to happen. To let the old year out and the new year in. And so there is some give and take. And so if you want more of something in your life, then you want to look at what it is that you want more of, because there is something you are going to let go of, to make room in your life. And occasionally I like to remind, it was just one of those things that sticks with you. Amit Goswami was an interesting professor. I had 2 classes with him, and he was just an interesting professor. But one of the things that he would say is, you are a human being, not a human doing. So it is absolutely okay to let things go. Maybe you've been working this program and this program just isn't working for you. So it's time to let it go. What is it that they say? Just because you've spent a lot of time making the mistake doesn't mean you have to keep it. So, her idea of pruning can be, maybe there are some things that we can pare out of our life. And the good thing about that is that will absolutely make room for new growth. What it might be, that's up to everybody to decide. And I, right now, I don't have any examples. So, but one of the things that I would like to give up is saying I don't have enough time. That is definitely something I would like to give up. It's like, I don't have enough. Yes, I do have enough time. It's called priorities. And so if I want to read more, then what is it that is taking away my time for reading? And is it something that I can give up doing, or at least cut back on doing and then make more time for reading? So there is, everybody has the same 24 hours. It's how we prioritize, how we use it. So I don't know if I did Norma Hawkins justice today. Especially since she and I are coming from different directions. I'm like, what can I have more of in my life? And she's like, what can you prune out? But it's a give and take. It is a give and take. We are human beings, not human doings, and we need to rest. And so we need to prune some stuff out. And absolutely, I've seen that where you prune bushes back. We've got this one bush here, and everybody keeps calling them junk trees and what have you. And every winter, they cut them back to nothing. And then they just sprout all that much more in the spring. And it's just crazy. And it's like, that's what pruning can do. Woof. We have one, and Tom has pruned it, but he didn't prune it the way he didn't prune it back the way that they did. So it didn't get that overabundant growth, that huge flowering top. I don't know what they're called, but he did selective pruning. So you can prune it all the way back, or you can do selective pruning. And I'm kind of on I'm on the bandwagon of selective pruning, especially when it comes to gardening. I don't know what I'm doing. Selective pruning. Okay, well then Norma, is it time for pruning? I would say that the mission for today is just that. Is it time for pruning? This is a good time to look at that. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to look at our lives and look at what we want to bring more of in, and then select where in our life we can prune. Because there are things that we do that we have been doing out of habit that we don't even think about anymore. And we can absolutely prune that out and replace it with something that will serve us better. All right. Is it time for pruning? Absolutely. Absolutely. And be selective about it, but do as much as you need. Okay. So that's the mission today. The second part of the mission is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. And pruning absolutely is loving, kind, and compassionate. Sometimes there are people in your lives that take up a little bit more of your time than they deserve. Those are people where you can prune their time in your life. That is something that would be loving, kind, and compassionate. Especially since if you do that, you make room for people. You can make room for other people that you want more time with. And so pruning is loving, kind, and compassionate. Just like no is a complete sentence, no is loving and kind and compassionate, for you. I encourage you to practice on yourself. You are your own best test subject. But more importantly than that, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. Sometimes it looks like taking a nap. Sometimes it looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. Sometimes it looks like really evaluating what is going on in your life and doing some selective pruning or some wholesale pruning. And making room for new in your life. Making room for new in your life. Making room for that fantastic growth that can't happen until you let some stuff go. And that is absolutely loving. That is absolutely compassionate. And that is absolutely kind. If there's no life left in the branch, just let it go. My dad was a really good gardener, so. I mean, he probably still is. I don't know. I just hadn't been to his house in a while. So, okay. So I know about pruning. A little bit about pruning. Loving, kind, compassionate. It is absolutely about self-care. I make no bones about that. I am a big believer in self-care. They pounded that into us in ministerial school because you can't pour from an empty cup. So take care of yourself. But also remember that love, kindness, and compassion is about joy. It is about making room for joy. I do say to eat dessert first, and I mean it literally, but I also mean it metaphorically. Don't save the good stuff. Use the good stuff. Write in the pretty notebook. Use the good china. Drink the fancy wine, or grape juice. Don't save it for a special occasion. Your life is a special occasion. Period. Do it now. Okay, so that's what we're talking about with love, kindness, and compassion. Remembering that your life is a special occasion. Okay. All right. The weather's been all kinds of weird, so I've got a little bit of drainage. Sorry about that. I'm completely discombobulated, so let me just shift in. I've said what I wanted to say about the spiritual practice of loving, kind, and compassionate. You've heard it before. Keep on keeping on with the love, kindness, and compassion. I do encourage you to drink some. Okay, we're going to get them out of order today. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is important. I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light. This is what happens when I get them out of order. I forget. And reset those circadian rhythms. It's science. You can look it up. It works. That early in your day bright light will get your brain going, get your hormones going, and you will have more energy during the day and sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. And then in the words of Ernest Holmes, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is a superpower, but it is a superpower that absolutely every one of us have, because heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. When Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you, this is what he was talking about. It is about you. It is about your state of mind. It is about what you think about, what you care about, what you prioritize. We're talking about pruning today. You know, it is about what you prioritize. You want to find heaven? Priorities. Start there. Start there. And then you can also, as always, take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. When you look for the good, gratitude is a superpower. There is very little that will make you feel better faster than gratitude. Looking for the little things, looking for the big things, looking for the little things that add up into the big things. And finding the good. And trust me, no matter what is going on in your life, you can find the good because you bring the good into the situation. You are made by God, of God, for God. You are the good. Start there. Start there. You are a beloved child of God. Start there. That's how you find heaven. Know who you are. Know who you are. So, okay, there's been a lot of today. I got a lot on my mind, clearly. So here is where I will do the social media part. Here's where I will remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I try and put up interesting content. I do try and spread it across all of the social medias. So, you know, you'll find it. Sometimes you'll see it. If you see it on Instagram, it's definitely on Facebook. If you see it on Facebook, I do try and get it on Instagram. So check us out. There's great content on all of them, including, especially the YouTube channel. I'm proud of the YouTube channel. All right. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, that email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. The hot links are hot. If they will either take you right to the information you want or to the person that can get it for you. So you want to know what's going on? That's the great way to get to it. Okay, so here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, an enchanting day, a wonder-filled day, a pruning day, an inviting more of in your life, a prioritizing day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. As I've said before and will say again, always, you are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are a godling. To borrow Reverend Jesse's term. In whom God is well pleased and well represented, always and forever. All right? That is the truth of you. That is the faith that I have. Your authentic self. All right, beloveds? So, take care of yourself. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. I'm going to say that multiple times because I believe in it. Self-care is very, very, very important to me. And your self-care is also very important to me. I want you to take care of yourself because you're important and you are well loved. So take care of yourself. I will see you next time. Know that you're loved.